too, so
I'm live.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Are we live?
Yes, we are live. I think we are.
Amazing. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. So we are live from I am in our studio.
Hello, are we live?
Sorry.
Yes, we are live. I think we are.
Amazing.
Sorry. Just wanted to make sure I could hear you.
Yeah, that's good. Now we know that people can hear us.
Exactly.
So I am live from a studio in New York. You are on the mYak Tibetan Fibers channel for our weekly, sometime bi-weekly or whenever I feel like it channel. And today I'm really excited because I told you last week that we were going to have a special guest, and this is really special. And I'm here with Dario Tubiana, and we're going to talk a lot about wool, embroidery, new patterns, workshops coming up, and we're going to discover a new designer that we have not met before. So welcome, Dario.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited too. I'm really happy to be here. I was really wanted to talk to you, to know and to tell you more about this design that I've been working on. So thank you so much for having me.
And first of all, you have an amazing backdrop. I mean, this is, I think, the most amazing one that I've seen. Is beautiful with all of your swatches, right?
Yes, it's because when I also teach at university and knitwear and embroidery, so it's very handy, you know, to have all the swatches that you want to show or that you've done before and that you want to explain right close at hand. So I usually put them all here, and after a while it becomes sort of furniture, so you keep hanging things because it's beautiful.
So, but if you do need a swatch, what do? You just go back and grab it, or no?
Yeah, I usually do like that. I know that this side is for embroidery and this side is for stitches. So, you know,
it makes sense. Well, I already see beautiful things that I want to talk about. I'm so excited about this. I love embroidery. If people have been following me, you know that I love. Well, at least I try to embroider more than what I knit. And so having the combination of knitting and embroidery is really wonderful. So Dario's not going to see the chat, but I am looking at the chat. Hi, Claire. And Vesna Carmelik, I think you know her. Ciao Paola, ciao Dario. We are going to have the chat in English because it's easier for us to make sure that we have the entire audience following us. But if you do have questions in Italian, just put them in the chat, and we can just answer back in Italian as well, as we are both Italian.
Oh, yes, no problem.
So let's introduce yourself first. Tell me about who you are, where you're coming from, and what are you doing here?
Okay. So, well, my name is Dario. Thank you for the first introduction. I'm Italian. I live in the north and east parts of Italy. I have a house in Rome, and let's say that my home is in Rome because my boyfriend is living there in my house. But at the moment, I'm staying in the north because mom's living here, and we know that 2020 has been a tough and rough year for everybody. So we stay close. After several studies and after having studying abroad and done a couple of things, I was knitting when I was a kid with my mom. My mom's always been knitting, so I've always been very interested in, you know, seeing how she used to do things. I remember that she used to cast on with the tubular cast on, and it was like magical for me because there were two yarns, different colors, and then she was just pulling it, and she had this magical cast on, and for me it was very curious to see, so she taught me. After that...
How old were you? How old were you when she taught you?
Well, I was a kid. I was 10 years old. I wasn't. In fact, I was telling you, I wasn't really interested. I was just curious to know the craft. After that, I had to study. I went to the university. Well, actually, I worked 4 years as makeup artist in Milan. Then I decided to start to study at university, and I moved to Rome, and I studied comparative religions. And then I moved to Belgium and to Jerusalem for 2 years. Yes, where I studied history of Jewish people and contemporary Judaism. So all these kind of things. And after that, I took a year off. I finished, I graduated, I got back to Italy, I took a year off, and I decided, I didn't know what to do, so I was at home and I picked up my needles again and I started knitting. And my mom taught me new techniques, and so I began designing. And after a while, I really didn't have an intention to do it, but a couple of magazines contacted me and asked me if I wanted to work for them, and so I began working for the Knit and Simply Knitting, which are UK-based magazines. And then from there, everything started, and I won a scholarship. I managed to study at Accademia of Costume e Moda of Rome, where I studied creative knitwear, and after that I worked as knitwear designer in Benetton, which is a big Italian company, and here I am. So after a while, as I was saying, I always liked using colors, a lot of colors, but I had no problem using intarsia and ferrule or color work. But after a while, you cannot use too many colors. Okay, so what is the best way to add new colors to that is to work intarsia and then use embroidery on it. So that's why I decided to match the two techniques. And it works, actually. Apparently, people like it, and I like it too. So.
Well, I love it. I mean, the moment I saw the first little swatch that you did, and I understood there was embroidery on top, I thought, I'm sold. Whatever it does, I want it. We should do it. We should do a collaboration. So the fact that I think, we met on only virtually, so we haven't had, despite the fact that we are both Italian. I think this is a great community for meeting new talents like yourself, or for you to meet like a yarn brand that maybe you had not used before, and I think that's how it started. But I think that you actually, and then we go back to all of the creativity and process and everything else, but I think you met Carlotta from mYak team in Florence, correct?
Florence, yes, because last year there was this big fair of yarn, and mYak was there, and I talked with Carlotta, and so we decided to start it.
Yeah, Carlotta came back really excited, say, you have to go on Instagram and see Dario. So your Instagram account is rosso rosso.cardinale.
Yes.
And please do and go and follow him, whether you're here because of him and you're meeting us for the first time, or the other way around. However you're here, please do and follow Dario, because Rosso Cardinale, because he's absolutely amazing. I have a few comments coming in, and I have one person that already bought your pattern, and she says she will decide on the colors for the embroidery. Ho preso il pattern di Dario e sceglierò il colore del filato. E abbiamo una persona da Leiden, guarderò stanotte quando in casa tutto tace. Yeah, we have one follower that always loves to watch the live after. She just turns in, says hi, and then she takes back. Love your fight on bag and plan to cast on soon.
Yes. I had that. That was a nice project. There in the States, there have been a tough moments also about all of that problematic, and I decided to make a bag, fight on project bag, and for a long period of time, I decided to donate all the money to the organization.
Do you have it there? Do you have the original that you did there?
No, I don't have it here.
Okay.
Yes.
But you can find it. And so that you know, we are going to, as usual, we are going to link everything we talk about, most of the things, depends how I feel at the end of the day. Everything that we talk about down below in the description box, anything also in the chat. I have Amy here today, help me with the chat if there's any question that you might have or any links. But before we go into the actual pattern release that we are releasing today, I want to talk a little bit more about Dario. Paola è una maglia meravigliosa. Ecco. Il mio vestito l'ho messo apposta per Dario, per essere in...
Lo stavo dicendo anch'io prima.
Somebody said that I love my shirt, my dress. It's actually a dress, and I actually went to change a few minutes ago because as I cannot have that wonderful sweater, I wanted to have something that matches a little bit. And I didn't want to wear anything else it's beautiful sample that we have because they were not made by Dario. So I want you to be fair and not wear something else designed and made by another designer. So let's talk about, we know how you started, and you clearly had a lot of technical experience as well with all of your studies. But let's talk about your inspiration. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, as I always say, this was one of the first questions that also the magazine asked me, and everybody asked me. And what is very important for a designer, from my point of view, is really to look around, because every time you go around, there's really a lot to see, and also the shape of a fence, for example, can be a stranded color pattern or something. So it's very important to see, and especially for what regards colors. Usually it's very interesting to look around. I mean, if you look at nature is always colors always matches. You cannot find something that's not good in nature. Everything is absolutely perfect. But if you go around and you see around you, like for example, the laundry hanging from the windows, I mean, you see color palette actually, because you see a red t-shirt and an orange trousers and blue pants, and you put them all together and you have a color palette. So it's very important for me looking around and realizing what's around me. That is my main inspiration. Then of course, inspiration doesn't come on its own. You really need to go and read the books and go and surf the internet. All the channels are good. So
right.
Yeah, it's very important. Yes.
Now, besides knitting, but and again, you have a bit of an eclectic background there with religion, history, but what do you like to do? What else do you do?
Well, I'd say that my day is like I wake up, I knit, I play the piano, I knit, I play the piano, I knit and play the piano. So at the end of the day, I'm very tired. My hands are very tired. But I think that piano is really the biggest passion I have besides knitting, and then reading, I think, yes. So
I'm going to replay this sentence that you just did. I'm just going to make a clip. Maybe we should make a clip for my daughter. My 7 years old, she's playing the piano. She's really talented, but sometimes she doesn't want to do it, and she wants to knit as well. And sometimes she says, I want to knit with you. So I'm just going to cut this clip and say, look at him. He knits and play piano, knits and play piano. Go to school, come back and do that. So you just give me an idea.
Yeah, that is really cool, because besides, even though those two things are things that you do with your hands, and you can be tired at the end. When you stop knitting and you begin playing, your hands are very warm, so you can really play fast and do strong things. And then you come back and you knit, and it's relaxing, and then you start playing again. So yes, tell your daughter to do that, because it's good.
I will ask her that. Talking about piano, is it more like, do you have a classical background on that, or are you self-taught? Or
I studied for 6 years piano.
Of course you did. Is there anything that you haven't done?
Yeah, a lot of things, yes.
You said that you now live in
near Venice.
Pordenone, giusto?
Sì,
No.
sì.
Yeah. Which is, I actually had a chat with Dario yesterday, and I said, Pordenone is such a beautiful city, and he's like, well, don't call it city, it's not really a city.
I was doubtful about that, but yeah. There's people who likes it, apparently.
It's very pretty. But you said you also live, or before the lockdown, before the pandemic.
Yeah, I have a house in Rome, yes. Because when my university studies for my BA were in Rome. And the moment when I went to Rome, I just fell in love with the town, with the people, with the attitude, with everything. So as soon as I got back to Italy, we decided to buy a house in Rome, because I really wanted to establish myself there. Yes,
oh, wow.
Rome, it's really a place, an amazing place. I could never live anywhere else.
I love Rome. I have a lot of friends there, and any time that I am back in Italy as well, that's one trip that we make. So hopefully we will be able to, when things get better, get back to, I always say normal, but whoever, God knows where we are going to get back to normal, when or if, but definitely we should meet in Rome for sure.
Yeah, sure.
So let's, with no further ado, let's talk about how you started with our yarn.
with your yarn, meaning what?
Yarn, I mean, you know, you got some yarn at Florence at the festival, which was the last festival that we attended in 2 years. It was the last one. I think it was the beginning, and like a few days later it was locked down.
Again, yes, because it was in September actually.
Yes.
So we had gone through the lockdown, and then we had this very small period in which we were free at the summer.
And then anyway, so you got some yarn there. You went back home. You opened it, and what happened?
And I created this embroidery.
Oh,
this is the best embroidery I've done with mYak. Basically, the pink shades are all mYak. And
you just have to take a picture of you doing that.
I think it was very nice. I wanted to have some sort of three-dimensional effect, and I managed to recreate it. Even though this is a basic stitch, a satin stitch, and it's not 3D embroidery. But I think that the final effect is it gives lights and shades, gives this effect. And it was much fun. I mean, I realized that this yarn was very fun to use for embroidery because it's not really thin, but it's not bulky, so it's perfect to work with a needle, and it's somehow a little bit hairy, so it covers a lot, and when you block the swatch, it's wonderful. I mean, it really makes sense.
For the embroidery, you use our wool, the Tibetan Cloud. Is that, if I see correctly, you use the wool, not the silk in this one?
No, not silk. This one is not silk. And
so that is you use which is the same base as your pullover, yeah? Oh, look at that, this one is on top. So this is our Tibetan Cloud palette with the red as well that you use initially. Now you talk about dimensional and three-dimensional. You said for this particular beautiful flowers, and can you show it again? I was doing like this to see it better, so if you see me going close to the camera, it's like because I really want to see it better. So this is all a satin stitch.
Yes, exactly. This is basically satin stitch. Okay, there are some other stitches right in the middle. It's French knot, but it's like a satin stitch. I always say that there are different things that makes an embroidery work. And it's not necessarily the stitch itself, but it's the direction. I mean, whatever you have to do before beginning the embroidery. Right. And with few stitches, you can really succeed. You can really make something cool.
So now, for the people watching now, and hopefully you're not going to watch this back in June, or or maybe we might do it again. Not only today, we are releasing the beautiful pattern. I mean, Dario is releasing it, and we have kits on our website. We will talk about those too. But Dario is going to stay there, don't go anywhere. I know that you might have to go back to work, you might have on your lunch break, or you still have on your late breakfast if you are on the West Coast. So don't go away. We are going to show you, Dario is going to show you some little way of doing some embroidery. And this is something that happened that we discussed really quickly. We put together a very interesting workshop which is going to happen on the 8th of May. Which of course has to be a virtual workshop, which I will take for sure. And we put it up on our website. Again, I will link it down below in the description box. And right now, if you go on our website and you get the kit for the pattern, and we'll show you the pattern, you have the option to also register for the workshop. So you get the kit and the workshop, or just the kit, or just the workshop. You have all of the different options. You know us, we just want to make things easier for you. And then once you are registered, Dario and I will send you all the information. So no matter where you are, you can register because it's a virtual workshop, and we made it at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is 7 p.m. in Italy or Berlin, and so everybody can attend, whether you are on your lunch break or So I just want to know that that's happening.
Is it going to be in English? Correct.
Yes, it is going to be in English, and we will talk about. Actually, you want to talk about, because you have several workshops in Italian.
Yes. In fact, I'm just all this month I'm organizing several workshops, several courses of 2 hours. They are 2 hours courses, and in which I explain and I show and people can do with me, because it's a maximum of 5 people, very small groups, and they can really try with me and learn the stitches, because I think the workshop for embroidery works very well, because first of all, we can take advantage of the fact that it cannot be live. So being far away, we have to use a camera, okay? But so using a camera from above, everybody see what I'm doing, and it's a lot easier. When it's live, it's a little bit different. And in a workshop with few stitches, as I said, you can really create a wonderful embroidery. So I'm going to give you some kind of tricks and explain you how it works. And in 2 hours, it's going to be amazing. So
I'm looking forward, and I hope I look forward to ours in English, but if you want, Dario has on his Instagram and all of the information as well to sign up for the one in Italia. So se volete invece fare un workshop in italiano con Dario, ha tutte le informazioni su Instagram, vero?
Sì.
Quindi potete tranquillamente fare il booking, la registrazione per un workshop in italiano.
But anyway, I'm really looking forward to make one in English, because I do it at university when I teach to my student. I have a class in English, so I do it in English, but I never made a workshop of mine in English, so I'm really, really excited about that.
That's great. So let's talk about Summer Dream.
Summer Dream, now.
So I only have the piece of paper, unfortunately. I don't have the beautiful, of course, Dario has it. So,
can I show it?
Yeah, of course, you do it. Go ahead, tell us everything about it. Oh my God, it's so good.
So this is the yoke of Summer Dream. And, well, as I said, Rome is a very important place for my heart and for myself and for everybody, for all the years spent there. And the inspiration comes directly from a very huge park that there's in Rome, which is the Parco degli Acquedotti. It's an incredible place because well, first of all, it's huge. It's very huge, and in Rome we don't have tall buildings. So whenever after 10 minutes you walk in, you simply forget that you are in a big town, and you really feel like in a wood. It's lots of nature, and it's magical. And there are trees, and during spring and summer there are flowers. It may sound a little bit too romantic, but I swear it's like this. There are rabbits all around, and there are parrots. Rome is full of these green parrots that goes everywhere. So it's really a magical place. And beside that, it's full of ancient ruins from ancient Rome. So it's like an incredible place.
So it is a magical place. It really is a magical place, yeah.
And I really miss that place because I used to spend a lot of time in that park during summer. And so I decided to create this flower pattern on the yoke and on the sleeves of the sweater, and which are very basic stitches that I'm going to show you, but they're very easy. So
it doesn't look easy. I mean, I'm just looking at it, I just see the pictures and I'm like, wow, can we ever, can somebody actually do that?
Yes.
Yes, they can. Okay, we trust you. So let's talk about the pullover first. So is that top-down construction?
Yes, it's top-down, a normal top-down construction. The neck is slightly a boat neck. And I worked on the yoke. Now, what I'm going to tell you now is written in the pattern, but what I suggest you is to stop when you've done the yoke before dividing the stitches for sleeves and the body, and begin embroidery.
Ah, okay.
Yes, this is kind of a trick, because otherwise if you have all the sweater, it's going to be a little bit complicated work in this area.
So also because you have to go back and in and out from this long,
exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The thing of embroidery on, even though it's on wool, it's not like, it's not that you stay on the right side of the work. You really have to insert the needle, take it from below, and then put it up again and pull it out. So if you have all the sweater, it can take some time. So if you do the yoke, you embroidery, then you begin the body. And when you start the sleeve before doing the cuffs, you can embroider those sleeves. So this is the little trick that I'm telling you, but it's written in the pattern, of course. So this is how I made it. I created the yoke, I did the embroidery, then I finished the sweater, and before the cuffs, I embroidered the sleeves.
Oh wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. I was just thinking about the body, how do we embroider and everything else. Now, the body is made with our Tibetan Cloud, which is 100% our beautiful light decay Tibetan wool. You use the color Kalikarpa as the base. Let me get my box back here. Oops. Here again. So you use Kalikarpa as the base. So now can you see there? You understand why I had this dress on with the flowers? Isn't it perfect? So that's the one, but you could use any color as a base. It could just be, you know, whether you want a darker color and you just have to choose.
Actually, with the kit, we gave 4 options, right?
Yes, we did.
One plus a greenish one, a yellow one, and
You are right. Yes, so we gave one blue, the hortensia, and then we will talk about the colors that go with it. Let me put it here so we'll not forget. One botondoro, which is this.
Yes.
And then you have the Kalikarpa that we saw, and the fourth one,
Salvia
Argentea, grazie. And the green, the Salvia Argentea as well. So you have these, they're even by themselves. But you know, but all of our colors go together. So let me put this one back. Okay, so the sweater, I mean, just as sweater is, the pullover is nice as is, even if you don't want to do the embroidery, which would be a pity, it's a beautiful sweater.
Yes, that was part of my intention. I didn't want to, and it's a very plain sweater without the embroidery, but still the sleeves are large and flare out, and then they become more tight here on the cuff. So it has a kind of a nice shape, even though you don't feel like embroidering all the part I did. So yes, it's nice.
But for example, I'm just taking one page, I'm trying to remember. So, you know, the embroidery is quite rich, and we will see it. I mean, you can see the details. But you can really do what you want. Once you learn how to make them, you can even make your own. You say, you know, I don't want as many, I just want them on one side, I just want some color. You can just do what you want, really. Can you?
And yes, of course, yes. That is the thing. In the pattern, you don't have a precise number of the stitches you can do. You can do any kind of flowers you want. However, I didn't tell you because we didn't have time, but I added in the pattern some schematics. I put how to make the stitches and where to put the several embroidered.
That's good. That's very good.
I'm going to send you. Sorry, I didn't want to surprise you like this.
That's okay.
It was a last minute choice, but I thought it was nice to have it. It was just nice to have it. Despite it all, you can just choose to use whatever stitch you want, because I mean they're not fixed. There is no one position for this flower, one position for that flower. You can really play and put each flower wherever you want. No problem at all. You can just enjoy.
And I think that is really helpful, because you will have the people that say, I do what I want, I just do this, I do that. But there are people that do need some more guidance, and that's why I was asking, you know, like, how do they put it? Where do I put them? And I think, you know, there are people that feel more confident, especially if it's the first time they attempt embroidery. As much as you say it's easy, and I still need to check it out. And but I think having that schematic is very, very useful. So that I have a question. If I use the natural color, I don't have a question. Elizabeth here has a question. If I use the natural color for the base, would the flower embroidery show up too much through from the wrong side?
Well, you can. But in which?
No, if you see, in the sense that if the fabric, the fabric of from what I can see, I don't have the pull-out here.
Okay,
whether you can actually see through the stitches behind or anything else. Can you see the colors from behind? Can you see a reflection or anything? But I don't think you can.
No, you can't, and you know why? Because that's the beauty of embroidery with wool. Wool is not like cotton, that it's very, very sleek and very, very clean and has no hair. So you really have to painstakingly work it through the embroidery. Wool, with wool, it's difficult that you manage to see the background, especially if you wash it and block it. When you block it, you basically, all the embroidery gets stuck together and you will not see.
So I think Elizabeth was asking, yeah, so if you were to do the embroidery, I think the best thing would be, I mean, you know, what I would do probably is swatch with the natural and do a couple of flowers, come to the workshop, or maybe you don't need the workshop, but it would be nice to have people at the workshop come in, and then you see, but you know, anyway, the texture is quite, you know, it's quite dense, so you won't see anything, even if, yeah.
And anyway, in order to make the sweater, you will have to make a swatch. And I always advise people to make a swatch which is 25 centimeters square. So I don't know how many inches are there, but it's a big swatch.
It's a big swatch. And, yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
And yes, it is the wild daisy. Somebody was asking the name of the natural. It is wild daisy.
Cool. So yes, so once you have the swatch, you can just try a couple of flowers and you really understand the final effect. However, there are no stitches that require us to be super precise to cover the background. So no worries at all.
Now, okay, so let's talk about the actual embroidery. Pullover, you just do it, you like it as it is, you wear it, that's it. But remember what Dario said, it's best to do it up to the yoke and start the embroidery after. You have used our Baby Yak Silk for the embroidery part. Only the Baby Yak Silk, or do you also use some of the other colors?
Well, I used also the calicarpa, so I also used the one that...
the calicarpa for the sweater. So you do have leftover from the main color to do some embroidery too?
Yes.
You do.
Yes,
That's good to know.
It was tono su tono. How do you say that in English?
Tone on tone. Tone on tone. Yeah. So we got that. So let's talk about calicarpa. You use 4 colors, which of course, I think I have it here. Let me see. Yeah, I have a little bit of the gels here. You use the pink Ananda, Samsara, and gels. So Samsara.
Yes.
You have them there too, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And Prana, oh yeah, which I don't have here for some reason. I might have some here. Oh, yeah, sorry. Just my desk is a bit messy, thank you. So you use these 4 colors on the calicarpa. Yeah?
Yes,
That's what
you
you
know,
use.
it's always important to have 2 colors for like the clear one and the more dark one in order to have some different flowers that really pop out. And then the other tone, it's I mean, they work to fill the spaces and to work in order not to make it too flashy, because otherwise it's going to be like full of colors.
Right.
If you use 3 colors tone on tone and 2 colors tone on tone and 2 which are very different, you can really play with them. Or with a clear one, you can do just the inside of the flower with a French knot.
Oh, yes.
Or you can use different French knots, which is what I've done, and you can put them throughout the sweater, and it really creates either a texture and an atmosphere. So
That's
cool.
really nice. So those are the colors that Dario used on the calicarpa. But you know, we know you. You know that no matter how beautiful this was going to be, there will be people that say, I don't wear pink. Do you have something in blue? Do you have something in yellow? Do we have something in green? And the answer is yes. So Dario put together some other color combination. We were happy to put them together as a kit, and we will talk about it. So let's do one with Hortensia. So Hortensia is the light blue color.
Yes.
And you used Tara, Parvati, Indra, and Prana again. So you went, I see the tone on tone is really pretty. Now that I didn't really I didn't really have time to stop and look at all of this. I didn't want to, you know.
Yes. You see, there's the dark one, the light one, and the other one which just with which you can play.
These are really, really. And this would be, you know, going back to Elizabeth, who was asking about the doing it on a white base, on a natural base. I mean, I know that it's a bit strong, it will be stronger, but that will look really pretty also on this base here. Or the other color combination that we were looking at with Ananda Samsara, Gelso, and Prana would also be very pretty.
But you just keep in mind that French knot, it's a very small, tiny knot.
Yes.
So the more you put it, it really helps to sfumare, to shade out.
To create like shadows and
yes, so it doesn't remain too much. Maybe you can really shade the color, and it's cool. And so even though you have a white background, it works. It works very well.
And then for the last color combination that we have created, I'm sure I'm doing it right, yes.
Yeah, this is more dramatic. This is more dramatic color.
Which will be my second choice, probably. And this is with the Dakini, which is the orange, the Savitri, the yellow, the Ulivo, which is the green, which is perfect for Rome, and Chanda, which is one of the gray neutrals. So that is also really pretty.
Yes, and those colors also reminds me a lot of Rome, actually, because for me Rome is yellow and orange.
Of course, yes.
When you walk in the town.
When you walk, yeah. I think even some of the, maybe the football club or something, I'm not sure, I'm not really a football person, but maybe I think there is some of those colors, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yes, something like that. Well,
let's not test our knowledge on that. It's me and sports. Definitely not. So those are the color combination that we have created. Now, because we know that you do not need a full skein of the Baby Yak Silk for the embroidery, you actually need like a few,
around 10-15 grams.
10-15 grams. So it's basically half of the skein, more or less, a little bit less than half of the skein. And we love you so much, so we want you to help out as much as we could. What we did prepare in the kit is actually the base, and wrapped around a cardboard box, not a box, something like, anyway, wrapped around is the amount of yarn that you will need just to do the embroidery. So you don't have to buy the full skein. If you get the kit, you just get enough, sufficient yarn to do that. Nothing, stops you from using just buying the base buying the gather pattern and buy the base for the yarn in the color that you want, and use anything that you have in stash. Just think about, and maybe in the workshop we could talk about other thickness of weights of yarn and what's the best yarn.
That's another cool thing of embroidery on wool. I mean, you make a sweater and you have some stash, and you can really use anything you have from your stash in order to make whatever you want to embroider. So that's absolutely a good advice. And you always have, I literally drag some of these out of one of my project boxes, because it's like, I'm sure I have some around and I have other colors. You always have some leftovers, sometimes even if it's just few yards to do a French knot, or, to just, as long as it makes sense. A summer, if I think about a field of flowers in the summer, you have all sorts of flowers, so in a way you could go wild as well. You just have to follow your creativity and inspiration as well. What is the size of the sample? It's a mess. It's small. I wouldn't fit in it.
I wouldn't fit in either.
Well, okay, no.
I wouldn't. I definitely don't. So we will have to knit. What I do, I don't normally knit M size. I'm just looking at your sizes. You actually use the same amount of yarn for the SLM. It's 300 grams.
Yes, because it was really under. It was
more or less very close. So it's 3 skeins of 300 grams. It means 3 skeins. See, each skein is 100 grams. So you do need. I'm just looking at the pattern here, which is beautifully laid out, by the way. It's really pretty. I like all of the icons, and it's really nice. I really appreciate the fact. I think this is the first pattern that I see that is horizontal and not vertical. It just makes my life easier, especially when I read it. But the small and medium size only take 3 skeins, so it's like really easy.
I was very surprised as well, I swear.
And then up to the 3XL, you have 5 skeins if you need to do that. So you have 5 sizes here. And it only has 0 to 2 centimeters of ease. Can you make it a little bit more ease?
Well,
Can you make it a little bit more comfortable?
in the future, I will make a more comfortable sweater. Yes. Well, it's like this is it's a very soft yarn. So maybe you can really wear it. But yes, I decided to make it more with less ease because basically it's a top down, and usually top down after a while tends anyway to give a bit.
Right.
So,
even if our yarn, even if you move it, it stays. It actually doesn't stretch, it becomes that baggy thing that you buy one size and you use it a month and then you have 3 sizes.
Absolutely right. Yesterday when I was thinking about a thing that I had to say is that I was very surprised to see how this yarn remained in shape. I mean, if you give it one shade when you knit it, it really remains that shape. And I was quite surprised about that, not because I don't trust your yarn, but because usually it happens, especially with top yarn that hasn't got lots of structure, and I didn't add any focusing. It really remains exactly as it is. So I was very surprised and happy about that.
Surprisingly surprised. We are happy to do that. So now the yarn stays in shape, so I will have to get in shape to make sure I can wear this medium size fitted with no ease. So that's the plan. By the end of anyway, I don't need it. If you're going towards the summer, it gives him time to knit it, embroider. Oh no, get somebody to knit it. Let's face it here. Get somebody to knit. Amy, I have Amy here. There's a lot of our samples. So Amy will knit the base, and I'll do the embroidery. We actually have something else that we did together with a similar idea. So we will knit it with some extra ease, and I really want to do the embroidery part. That's the fun part for me. So, but let's go back one step. I don't, because I want to talk about your design in general, and I want to see some of those swatches that you have in the back. I know you don't want to put them down, but maybe. So you started really with sweater designs that had no embroidery.
No embroidery, no. Yes, actually my first design was a yoke sweater. At that time, it was like 5 years ago. They were not so popular here in Italy, the yoke, like Icelandic sweater, and I really wanted to make one, so I did one and I designed one. And so color work was my thing. I mean, I really like color work, so I began with that. And recently I threw myself doing knitting cables.
Okay.
And I like it. It's demanding. Somehow it takes time, more than embroidery, to be honest. But I liked it, so I made a couple of sweaters with cables.
Do you have any samples there that you want to talk about? Do you happen to have any samples of a sweater or something that you want to mention? I mean, I see some beautiful cables there. But
I have I made a couple of. These are samples that I made to learn how to make cables and to understand how a chart works. I mean, because it's very important to try things and to understand how they work, because otherwise you cannot improvise. And those are cables, and it took me a while to understand. There's one thing I'll admit that I hardly manage, and it's lace. Okay, I can't do lace. Sorry, it's very not difficult, but it's. I don't know, it takes much energy, you have to really follow everything immediately.
Right. Well,
For me, it's really something I don't do.
That's okay. It's every designer has what they are more comfortable with and what they like best. I mean, is maybe what about cowl, if not shawl? I don't know.
No, I'm more of a sweater guy.
Sweater guy, okay.
I really like knitting sweaters, yes. And I am actually very famous for my unpopular choices because I like knitting flat. And because I like the structure, I like to calculate, I like numbers. So knitting flat really allows you to create different shapes.
But also the seams are much nicer. Yeah, I mean, the seams are more refined.
And I love sewing. So, so for me,
there's a lot of designers that love working flat as well. I know that the trend is, people that want to be done, over and done with. But I see the difference between, a top-down and a seamed garment. And I think, they're both beautiful. What about mitts with lots of embroidery?
Well, I've never done it, but I saw a couple around the net, and I love them. Yes, so it wouldn't mind me.
So maybe we can get you to do something like that. And you can see all of Dario's design on Ravelry, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
And you are
Rosso Cardinale. I give you my name, but I don't remember. I think it's Rosso Cardinale.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you, it is Rosso Cardinale on Ravelry. I think it's also at the end of the pattern anyway. And you have a special for the pattern. Ravelry Rosso Cardinale, just one word. And again, we will link it down below if you are watching this and you don't want to take a pen and a pencil.
And by the way, since we're talking about Ravelry and the pattern, this pattern will have 50% off the original price until Sunday. 18.
15, 1-5, not 50. So it's 15% off the pattern until the Sunday the 18th. Now, if you are subscribed to our newsletter, just saying it here, or if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, make sure you subscribe today. Something's going out tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it. You're difficult. Oh, there is an echo. I can hear everything really well. Could it be maybe your connection, Kay? I don't see your full name. Let us know if anybody else has echo. And if we see any other person that has a problem, we will try to address it. But right now, I can hear you really well. So let us see. Anyway, let us know in the comments. Quite a few of you are there watching live. So anybody that has a problem, let us know. Or if you can hear as well, just give us a sign up or anything. And as you are doing sign up now, you can just like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel. All right. So we said about the pattern.
Yes.
See, they understand. So do you want to, is anything, can we show some of the swatches? I mean, there is a swatch of a butterfly in the back that you have, and the one of the flower underneath. I'm sorry to destroy your...
It was my very first embroidery. Very first.
Okay, hold on there before you do that. Put that one down. Is there a code? There is no code needed for the Ravelry, correct? They're asking.
No, it's no code.
So there is no code necessary, non ha bisogno di codice. Il pattern fino a domenica 18 e il 15 we have a double audio. Just 1 second, let us make sure that we can fix if anything. You might see Amy coming here because I have no idea what we have to do. We might have to test the, you might just have to test the speakers for 1 second. But I think you can still see us.
Yes.
I can hear well, though. Anch'io sento l'eco. They all have the echo. Now it's silent. This is the moment where we say, what do I do? Do I talk? Not talk? You have the use echo cancellation, no? Mm-hmm. Can you hear us now? Is any better now? Just please let us know so you help us navigating through these usual some technical difficulties.
Well, these are the nice things of the live. So.
Yeah, exactly. So just let us know. I know there is a little bit of delay between the people hearing us and able to answer. Ok, ecco sparito, fantastico, yay, we did it. Each time is different, there's always a button to click. Okay, so we were saying the pattern is 15% off, there is no code necessary until Sunday the 18th. And if you are or if you're not a subscriber to our newsletter, and oh hi Sue Ellen, do make sure that you open your inbox tomorrow, because we have something special there for you, and also all the information about the workshop. But everything is up on our website, mYak.it. Everything is there. Everybody says it's better. All right, so maybe he's going to do the camera just until he switch the camera for a second. Okay, so I'm just asking for assistance just in case something goes wrong. So again, this is not a workshop, but I thought it would be fun to, for all of you, just to see what Dario does to make these little flowers.
Yes.
So.
Do you want me to show you?
Oh yeah, of course I want you to show us. Yeah.
I changed the camera.
Okay, so let's do that. Let me see whether we have some technical difficulties with that too. All right. I can see you well.
Okie dokie. So I thread the yarn, the needle.
Wait, hold it on. I'm trying. I have my swatch here, but I don't have, so I made a swatch, and you're using a hoop, which
you don't have a hoop.
I don't have a hoop, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do without the hoop. So that's going to be me trying in the silly way, and Dario trying it in the best way. I think I even put my needle under the computer. Hold on, because the needle got stuck. Okay, whoa, 1 second. 1 second, here, got it. So I got a needle. Let's talk. Okay, you're going to talk, and I'm just trying to, I let you be, and then I'm just trying to mimic what you do.
Yes, let me turn, because otherwise I don't see myself. Okie dokie. So how do you know? Well, to thread it, you simply put the needle eye underneath the yarn. You pull it so that it gets the shape of the yarn, and then you.
How much do you take? Like a piece, a long piece, or?
Not a super long piece.
Not super long one. Okay, got it.
And so you have your yarn inside of the needle eye. What I usually do is tying a knot at the end of the yarn. Yes. And in order to help yourself, I bring the needle to the back of the work, leaving the knot on the right side of the work. Okay. This is why, because usually when you start embroidery, you will get through the tail that's on the back, because you don't see it, and this is the best way to avoid doing that.
All right, and then what I was going to say, can't remember now. Oh, was the thread that you use in this case is then double or single?
Single.
Single. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's try with a very simple stitch, nothing too complicated. So you come to you bring your yarn up to the right side.
So I can't mess it up, you say, okay.
Okay. You bring the yarn up.
Yeah, got it. You can go faster for people, otherwise they get bored with me, but I'll try to follow. Yeah?
Okay.
Does it matter where you take it up? You take it up in between those holes, or on
No. When you embroidery on wool, you don't have to take into consideration the stitches. Just go and split whatever you want.
Whatever it is. Okay, got it.
Split. Okay, so let's try to do a French knot, okay? Which is going to be complicated, but we can try to do it.
Are you sure that was the easiest thing to start with? Okay, whatever.
Because we've talked a lot about French knots.
Okay.
Yes. So with your left hand, you take your yarn, which comes out from the fabric, and you keep it tight. With your needle, which is in your right hand, you wrap the yarn twice around the needle. And pay attention, you keep it in tension, okay? You keep, with the left hand, you keep the yarn in tension. You bring the needle next to the hole you did coming up, but not in the same hole, okay? And you bring the needle to the back of the work, and you keep holding with the left hand, you keep holding the thread tight. In tension. Okay? This is a French knot. This is very, very small. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. My one is a little bit bigger, but yeah.
We can make it a little bit bigger.
Can you also make, instead of one, can you make like wrap around like 3 times or something if you want to make it bigger, for example?
Yes, maximum 3 times. So let's see.
Maximum 3 times, okay.
Pick it up 3 times, and I bring it back. Oops.
I do it 2 times.
This is a big French knot. This is bigger.
Oh, if you ring the bell, it's just my mailman, I think, coming.
So again, I bring the yarn up. I wrap it up 3 times, and I go down.
It's funny because I have my glasses on to see you, but I don't need glasses to do this. So it's going to be a bit of a, I really don't see what I'm doing. Probably mess it up, but...
It happened. At the very beginning, it happens. No problem.
Okay.
So these are French knots, and did you succeed?
Oh wow, that's I mean, succeed is
Big
a bit of a, okay, here I got them. You see
Wonderful.
them? Don't know if you can see them, but they are there.
Yes, sort of. Yes. You're almost done.
One was not so good, but one didn't really. Maybe I should.
Well, do you have the hoop? Obviously.
I don't have the hoop, so it's a little bit more complicated without the hoop.
The hoop will be a little bit easier. Okay. So we can make a daisy, punto margherita, lazy
like
daisy.
a lazy daisy.
Yes, it's very easy.
Okay.
So same thing. You make a knot and you keep it in the front of the.
Oh wait, I have to continue to do my French knot.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I was redoing my French knot. When you do a French daisy, I went somewhere else. Okay. You took the. Okay.
Okay, so I bring the yarn to the front of the work.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what do? I bring the yarn, not in the same hole. I would actually enter right next to the hole I just came out.
Okay.
From, and I bring the yarn through.
Yeah.
But pay attention, I leave a little loop.
Yeah, a little loop. You leave a little loop. Yeah.
Okay. Then you move your needle forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Like this, and you pass it through the.
Oh yeah.
the loop.
Yeah. Got it.
You pull the yarn.
Okay. And then you put it. Yeah.
Try not to pull too much because otherwise you'll get a very skinny petal.
A skinny margherita.
Exactly. And now you have to lock this petal. So instead of entering next to where you just came out, you put your needle to the back of the work, but entering outside of the petal.
Okay. Entering outside. Yes, got it.
You pull through, and you have a petal.
Okay.
And basically, you keep doing this all around in order to make all the petals for a flower. So you go next to the center of the flower. You bring your yarn to the front. You go back, not in the same hole, but next to the hole you just come out. And you bring the yarn. You help yourself with your left hand in order to be sure of what you're doing. And you bring your yarn to the front of the work, but when you bring it to the front, you I have to put it inside the loop.
Yeah.
You pull it up, and then you go down inside the loop.
Oh wow, having a loop is much easier than that. I'm trying to swing it without it. So it will be something awful that I'm doing compared to what Dario does. But, you know, we're trying, and we're going to have this beautiful, wonderful workshop that will tell us what to do.
Yes, I'm going to say everything.
And we will say, yeah, and we will have the material as well, right? We will just tell people, but it's going to be very easy. You just need some yarn, a hoop, and a needle, really, and some maybe paper. Do you use the, what's that called? Not parchment paper. What is that?
Yeah, tracing paper.
Tracing paper.
It helps. It helps a lot. It helps because if you want to do something more complicated and you want to draw something like the butterfly that I didn't show, but it's this one. If you want to do something like this butterfly,
oh my God, this is so gorgeous.
Of course, I had to draw it. So in order to draw it, I use a tracing paper. I sort of trace it, and then I put it on the knitted fabric, and then I embroider on it. When you wash it, it goes away, and your embroidery remains on the.
So the paper goes away when you wash it.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right. I think I finished my piece of yarn, so I'll need to. Oops, I lost it. Yeah, I'm going to spit on a little piece of paper to put it back in the needle.
Yes.
And well, I have to take my glasses off as well. This comes with age. Guys, are you still watching? Are you still there? Did we lose you? It's easier than it looks for Dario. For him. I'm here.
No, it's like
it's
this.
fun. This is so much fun.
I mean, embroidery is really like, it looks super amazing, but in the end, it's very easy to do. So
yeah. So let me try to just finish my little. I'm trying to do that. Let me see here.
So I'm just going randomly. I'm not doing anything particular.
Yeah. So that, just to have an idea of how difficult and how easy it was. I think that's nice too.
Yes, super easy. I just wanted to finish by making by using the yellow to make the center.
Oh, of course. I haven't finished my. You think I'm doing something, yeah? I'm just faking it here, guys. But I thought you should see. Taking another piece because I haven't done enough of the daisy. So you're taking another color now?
Yes. I'm just making the center with another color.
Okay. And what you do in the center?
Just so that it shows.
Oh, you're doing a French knot back in the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, French knots is really good for the center of a flower.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know why is it called French knot?
What?
Why is it called French knot?
No, I have no idea. You know that?
Oh, no, I don't. I thought that you would know. Sorry for asking. I should have not blindsided you.
No, I will study. Now you got me curious.
Yeah.
So I will have to understand. You can also use, let's see, use this color now. And you can also use a French knot in a different way. For example, to make, now I'm using double so that you can see it well in the camera. And can come up a certain point. Okay, you can make a sort of French knot and block it away from where you come up. So you have a sort of pistillo that I have no idea how to say that in English, but it's that thing.
I have no idea either, but it's good. We are excused because we are not,
Yes, exactly. Not.
We are not native speakers, so we are excused. If we don't know a word, it's okay. We know enough words to keep this one going, so. Let's see, oh, sorry, I forgot about the chat. Still here, it's very pretty, not too difficult. I was wondering that too, about the hoop. So I will show you the mess that I made without a hoop. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm just trying to, forget about my original French knots, so we don't. So this is where I am with my little, of course I chose a dark background, but this is where I am with my flower.
No, that's good. That's exactly how it's supposed to be.
Without the hoop, so.
You already embroidered in your line.
A little bit. So, but it's, so I'm taking something as well. I'm taking the yellow. I'm just going with whatever I have here to make some, those French knots now. Oh, where are you making the knots? So if I lost the you're making them where, all over?
Yes, but there you just pull the thread. I'm just filling a little bit of flour. And,
so you made a French knot and then a little stitch or something to connect them?
I'm going to show you again now. Let me just take some more yarn.
Okay, let me French knot in here.
Here.
Okay.
So let's say that you want to make, this is the knot, we don't care about that. You come up at a certain point of the flower here, and instead of making a French knot in the same spot, you just wrap the yarn twice, but you move out.
So they have almost like a little stem.
Yes, in order that you have a French knot at the end of a sort of line, let's say. So it's this, you can use it. I'm going to show you another embroidery I made with this stitch, and you can use it, like for example here I wanted to use different colors.
Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Sorry, I interrupted you. I just wanted to say this is absolutely stunning. It's such a, it's a flowers blooming everywhere. Your inspiration is amazing.
Yes, but this is extremely easy to make. These are just few stitches. I swear, I never lie. I'm a super honest bloke. So just trust me, it's very easy. You just need to organize the embroidery. So
if I do the workshop on the 8th, can I do that after that?
Yes, because on the workshop I will explain
guys, I'm on.
How to organize them.
So you're saying that here, sorry, I interrupted you. You have, I lost a French knot here, something. Sorry, I just made a little bit of a mess. So you were saying that that one only has a few?
Yes, these are the same stitches that you can find on the sweater.
Oh wow.
Yes, just organized differently.
And then with more colors as well.
Yes, exactly. So they of course looks different, but they are the same stitches.
Okay, they see the women can multitask, but I'm not very good at doing the live, looking at what you're doing and trying to do this at the same time. So, but I'm trying here. So, okay, you made already some amazing flowers there. Wow, look at that. Look at that. It looks so pretty already.
And well, do you want to see some other stitches?
Yes. So, I could stay on all day, but let's go until you're tired. Let's see. Looks good, Paola. Thank you. I was wondering too. Ciao Paola, ciao Dario, meraviglioso lavoro. Grazie Ellen.
Thank you. Grazie.
Lui lo fa, io faccio finta. I'm just...
No, questo è super facile, però this is very easy, but you need a hoop. So basically...
I can see it, because I don't have a hoop here. And sometimes, trying to hold everything, what I'm doing, and holding the stitch, holding my hands, and trying to do it is not exactly super easy. So I'm doing my best, guys, to show you how easy it is. I'm on my 3rd French knot. I already done it 3 times because I messed them up. And while Dario is doing something more amazing, I'm just... The tension is very important, yeah? I think.
French knots are usually I mean, everybody loves French knots.
Yeah, I do love them. But the I was just saying the actual tension of the left hand, correct me if I'm wrong, is very important.
The more, the better.
What did you say?
The more, the better.
The more tension?
Yes.
Okay.
But yes, with a hook, it can be easier. I can tell that.
Okay.
Yes.
But I will. Also, so you were saying the best way is to go through the stitch. Sorry, the Italian accent came out so strong. Through the stitches.
Yes.
Yeah, so not going in between, but really to.
Yes, you can split them.
To try to split the yarn, because that will be much stronger, I think, no?
Yes, well, actually, if you go back in the same hole, the French knot will just go on the back of the
Yeah,
board.
I've done that 3 times already, so that's why I'm still here. And
I thought it much, don't worry, it happens to all of us.
that's why I'm still here with this French knot, because I kept going back to the same hole and they keep disappearing. So normally I would say, but as I am doing it live, I'm trying to keep a smile on my face and not get disappointed. So I'm trying here. I'm going to show you in a minute. I mean, it's not that bad actually. I'm quite impressed with myself. Look at that. So I've done, you've done something beautiful. It's a bit messy in the back. But I'm
this
done.
is perfect. This is a perfect flower. I mean, on the summer dream, it looks amazing.
So I got my French knot too. There you go. So
Yes,
ignore
yes,
this
yes,
thing.
yes. Yes, so don't be too
Yeah.
strict with yourself.
But your one is
So, okay, I was saying this, I am here, and now I'm going, this is a very easy one. It's called woven wheel. And
a woven wheel. Okay.
Yes. So you go down the first arm, okay, on top of the second one, on top of the next one.
Oh, so first you did a little star or something.
Yes, yes, with odd numbers of arms. So on top, down, on top, down. So you have to alternate. You go underneath one arm and on top of the next one, and you keep working the stitch this way.
You chose a color that is a little bit more difficult to see. I know you love the tone on tone. It just I don't know you guys, but I'm just like, yeah, what is he doing?
No, okay, sorry. You know what? I managed right now to see my camera because I couldn't see what I was doing on the camera. I was just seeing myself. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Now I managed to switch on the screen
so now you see. Okay, so I'm not. It was just like, so if you see all my wrinkles and everything else, I'm trying to step.
Don't worry. Yeah.
I'm like, what is he doing now? I don't think I will attempt this one.
No, without the hook, this is complicated.
Yeah, I think I'll do more French knots.
Actually, I made a mistake here.
Can't make a mistake. We have to start the live all over.
So on top, down, on top. This is super easy. It looks complicated, but it's like the most basic one.
It's funny how while you're doing it, it actually looks a bit like, a bit like a tangled mess. But once you're done, it looks amazing. Once you finish it.
Yes. This is one thing I often say of the embroidery. Sometimes embroidery works like brioche. Like the first 4 rows of brioche, it looks terrible. I mean, you start doubting yourself. And after the first 4 rows, it becomes amazing. Same thing is with embroidery. You need to give yourself, you need to trust yourself and trust what you're doing.
So now the base that you did has to be with odd numbers of the.
Yes, odd numbers of arms.
And you always, when you do the arms, you have to come back to the same center? When you do one arm, I think because of the color.
Yes, there are several ways to do it. You can also do like that. I wouldn't worry for this stitch because basically it just needs to anchor the.
Okay.
yarn.
And what's the normal base? Is like 4 or 6? Oh, sorry, 4, 7, or
5.
5?
4 is even, yes.
Yeah, that,
So,
yes, you're right. 4 is even. Oops, sorry. So not 4, but 5 or 7. So 5 or 7.
yes, I did 7.
You did 7. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do 7 too. Not that I can catch up with you, but I will try. And so you keep, oh wow, oh that looks so pretty. And so you start from and up, so, okay. So you started with the, can you see anything at all here? So you start with a little star, so I'll just put this away. You start with a little star like that, and then you start from the bottom to the top, from the center. From the center, yeah? From the center of the stitches, you start going up and down, up and down.
Correct.
In and out. Or up and down, I don't know how you say it.
Yes, on top of one arm.
Okay, so I'm doing the without, so Dario is doing with the hoop professionally. And I'm doing up and down without the hoop, which is not so, clearly not so easy. Up and down.
Yes, I have to say that she's very brave doing it without a hoop.
Okay.
So absolutely, whatever comes out,
yeah, whatever comes out, guys, just say it's beautiful, please. The good things is that I don't really need. I have fun. I'm having fun. Do you have to push inside to make sure that the yarn goes nicely inside, or no?
No, you just need to go underneath. You don't have to enter the fabric.
Yeah. No, I understood that. But you have to make a little bit more space, so you have to push the. Nothing. Just ignore my question. I think I got it.
Okay, yes, no, because I hadn't got it. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So just look at Dario, and I will just.
I'm standing. I need to stand because I don't see what I'm doing. So
that makes the two of us. Yeah, it doesn't look so professional here. I mean, not from me, but I can tell you that it's actually not that difficult.
Thank you for this.
It's actually not that difficult. Once you get I think once you try and you do it on a swatch, like even if without the hoop before the good things about embroidery, I think, is that the equipment is very cheap, yeah? You just need a few dollars hoop, some paper tracing.
Absolutely, the hoop is very cheap, and the tracing paper is very cheap, and yarn is very cheap.
Well, it depends what yarn you use. It depends what yarn you use. If you use a beautiful Baby Yak Silk, it might not be as cheap as other yarn, but it's beautiful.
That's worth it.
It's worth it, that's what I say. I just don't want to say that the yarn is cheap, because people say, no, it's not true. And you keep going until what time? What point? Oh, you keep going there. Oh, wow.
Until you don't have anywhere to...
Until you don't have anywhere to put the needles.
Yes, until you finish the arm, basically, the space underneath the arm.
Up and down, okay. Because I'm talking, I'm like, okay, up and down, up and down. Oh, so I see. So those little stitches anchor the fabric that goes around.
Correct.
This one is something I always see them, and I always wondered how they look so beautiful. And I thought I could never do that. And look at that, I'm doing it. Not as beautiful as yours, but wow.
Okay, this is the final. But it's basically this one.
Wow, can you show it a little bit closer to the camera, that one?
Yes.
Look at this. So this is really a three-dimensional...
Yes, this is, it pops up, yes.
Yeah, it does. And then you just anchor the yarn underneath somehow, you just...
Yes, correct. And we have it here also. This is the pattern. And this is a woven wheel.
A woven wheel. So this is the woven wheel. So how many stitches are there to learn in the pattern for the Summer Dream?
Not many. I mean, these are just this is the sort of satin stitch when you go up and down, up and down. This is French knot. This is chain stitch. This is French knot. And basically that's it.
And that's it. So that's all of it. Okay.
Yes, you see it's here. This is a woven build with 3 colors.
Oh, but that's so. How do you achieve? And we will talk about it in the workshop. But how do you achieve the height? Because this one that you have done and the one that you just showed are okay. So there are different ways. I don't want to give too many of your secrets away, but you just have to add the extra yarn, or
yes, it depends. If you make the thicker the yarn is, the higher.
Okay.
But and yes, here I have another swatch. And these are all.
Oh, these are so pretty. Look at those. And those little leaves. I want to make them all. You have to learn to make them all. And I'm just finished chatting so that I can actually.
And this is a lazy daisy stitch.
Okay. Which is,
satin stitch, simply one single stitch.
That's super nice. So, why do you think people should embroider their sweaters?
Well, because they can add texture, they can add color, they can add their idea, and it's fun. I mean, when you make a sweater, you can really add more to the sweater. With texture, I mean, I really like the fact of adding texture. I'm here. Of adding texture to the sweater. So for me, embroidery, it's a really cool idea to make this, and it can also be something very small to do. I mean, you don't have to embroider the entire sweater, and because that would be maybe too much. You can just make a very small embroidery here or somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool. And guys, the same stitches that you use on wool you can use them on fabric and the other way around. So you can do it wherever you want to. So learning these few stitches, it's absolutely cool.
So now learning on wool, I mean embroidery on wool and embroidery on textile, on fabric, it is a bit different, because here you have of course it depends also on the fabric. The wool is, I mean, if you have a fabric, cotton or linen or something, you go in and out and you don't lose your, it just went through.
Yes, because it's more, I mean, since it's not, the wool, it's not like a normal fabric. I mean, it's knitted fabric and it's made of stitches. So there are spaces between stitches. So you really have to have a sort of sample or a sweater which is quite
dense.
Dense. Okay, in order to keep the stitches, or you have to choose your fibers correctly. Because, for example, just if you think about a knitted sweater and a sweater knitted with cotton, they have different weight.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so if you embroider with cotton on a wool, it will be very heavy. So you just have to take all these things into consideration and adjust the stitches according to the fiber you're using.
Okay.
But yes, one of the main differences is the definition. Of course, with textile on a fabric, you can really use a super thin yarn, so you can really create a very small detail on a sweater. You can do that.
Now, on the workshop that we will have, you will sort of teach the basics. You will also teach about how to use the hoop.
Yes. There's a first
and use the fabric, the whatever you call it, the special cloth that goes on top, the tracing fabric. Yeah.
I have it here, by the way. I mean, the cloth it's like this. Okay, so it looks like tissue. Okay, and yes, so the first part I will talk a little. So I will explain how to hoop, how to put the knitted fabric into the hoop, because it's not like fabric, and how to use the tracing paper and which marker to use in order to draw something, because of course you cannot draw on wool. You need to draw on the tracing paper, and then we will talk about, and we'll do and make. I will be happy to see everybody who wants to do the stitches to do them with me and explain how to do the stitches.
So we actually, if you decide to participate in the workshop and if you decide to get the kit, we will send you the kit for Summer Dream. Remember that the partner is on Ravelry, before the workshop. So you can actually get everything in your home with the pieces of the wool, or, all of the Baby Yak Silk in whatever combination that you do before you do the workshop. This said, you do not have to have our kit to attend the workshop. Yeah, you can just do with whatever.
In the workshop, at the end of for the workshop, I will create a little project which includes all the stitches that you can use on the sweater, on the Summer Dreams, but it's going to look like a project itself.
In itself as well. Brownie point, if you get the kit, knit the yoke side, and you're ready to go for the workshop and actually embroider the sweater. Wouldn't that be cool? But I don't think there is enough time. But you will get brownie point for that. So I just want to show, that's my whatever raised.
Well, it's better than mine actually. So it's
without the hoop. I had no idea how to make this. Honestly, I think I was just watching you. I've never done this in my life. I've done some of the others, but never on wool. And this, I mean, even the texture, and when, for somebody, the lady that was asking whether you can see through, I mean, there's no way you can see through anything here, whatever color you use in the back. So, guys, this is my attempt without the, and the fabric is very
dense. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah,
yes, mine was less dense than yours. Yes.
But it's a bit soft. I think I had another swatch here. But anyway, so this is ciao Paola, hi. And so this is what I managed to make in a few minutes, just trying to figure things out. So can you imagine what you can do during a workshop? But I'm very excited about this. I'm excited to have spoken to you and have learned more about you, as you were an unknown for us in the sense that we admire your work, but we really didn't know much about you. I really enjoyed the chat.
Me too, thank you very much, yes.
And we will post more, and you will have all of the links down below in our chat as well. If you did enjoy this chat, please give us a thumb up, subscribe to the channel, follow Dario on rosso.cardinale on Instagram, follow us on mYak_US if you wish to. Don't forget to subscribe. You also have a newsletter, or?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. So just follow him on Instagram, and go out and enjoy. I think, if anything, if we taught you something new today, I think we achieved something beautiful.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Dario.
Thank you very much. It was amazing being here. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm ruining your wall, so you have to put things back on the wall.
Oh, don't worry. It'll take 2 minutes.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, and I'll see you at the next chat.
Ciao.